Trends have always been a part of the fashion world, but in 2024, what's considered in today might be out before you even get a chance to have your hands on it. Social media has led to the rise of fast fashion, and companies are cashing in on it.
Queen City News Chief Business Correspondent Taylor Young is here. And Taylor, it is truly almost impossible to keep up with whatever is supposed to be cool right now.
Absolutely. I mean, trends are changing at a rapid pace, probably the fastest they've ever been in modern history. And a big contributor to this is our behavior over the pandemic. Many of us were home, maybe bored, ordering clothing online. And really in the last couple of years, the fast fashion industry has exploded. Now, fast fashion is a term used to describe the rapid production of inexpensive clothing that isn't necessarily meant to last long. And this isn't a new concept. The idea was born around the 1970s and took off in the 90s, and now it's one of the fastest growing industries in the world. Prior to this, new clothing collections would come out about 4 times a year, aligning with the seasons. But today, a brand can launch upward of 40 collections in 1 year. And consumers are eating this up. In 2022, the fast fashion market was estimated to be worth over $103 billion. It is expected to triple in value over the next 8 years.
What, other than my 4 daughters, what is contributing to this increased demand?
Yeah, so there's a couple of factors here, but I think one is social media. Just in the last couple of years, we are able to see trends and the movement of trends in real time. And I think that this also connects to kind of contention between generations. And we've talked about this, the debate over skinny jeans, over the length of your socks, even your middle part, how you part your hair. And this has kind of led to maybe some generations bullying others, which can be funny if you think about it, but in reality it has led to more people feeling the need to keep up and wear what's considered to be in right now. And I think lastly is just the cost of living nowadays. When you look at how inexpensive this fast fashion is, you might be willing to buy multiple shirts or pants when you can get more for them rather than spending more money on something that is a little bit more expensive.
I've got things in my closet that have come back around in fashion long enough, but there are certainly implications and impacts because of fast fashion.
There absolutely is. And number one is environmental. I mean, overconsumption is kind of the biggest takeaway from what this fast fashion industry is doing. And then a recent survey by NerdWallet, it found that the average person in the U.S. buys 60% more clothing today than just in 2000. And another point here is worker conditions. So a lot of the factories where these clothes are made, they're overseas. These workers there are putting in long days. They're underpaid, and just the working conditions in general. And then another impact is, just the overall feeling by consumers to, again, keep up with the trends. And this is creating the need to spend more. And we know just from conversations here that credit card delinquencies are up. People are putting more on their cards, and a big part of that is consumer spending. So while this clothing is cheaper, it does have repercussions.
A quick before we go, I do want to clear 2 things up that you mentioned as far as trends.
Yeah.
These are 2 things that you can tell if you're either a millennial or if you're Gen Z, which is the youngest right now. You mentioned the hair part.
Yeah.
I noticed you have a side part.
I do have a side part.
So does side part mean what category? That means millennial.
Yeah. But we have heard that it's coming back.
Okay.
But the side part?
Yes.
I mean, I've had it all this whole time.
See, you started a trend years ago,
Old
right?
soul.
And then the socks. If you have ankle socks, you're not cool. So you're in the older generation like me.
I did cave to that one.
It's the younger generation. If you have taller socks, you're Gen Z, right? That's kind of how you can tell.
I'm sure by next week there will be something new.
It will.
That we'll be talking about.
I mean, it's such an
least we
interesting
know.
topic. I think this dress I have on is like 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah.
Like I can't keep up.
We're so out of it.
I know.
It's okay.
We're so
not
uncool.
cool.